Hello, hi, howdy. Well, here we are, finally back with the Hasegawa P-12E Saga. This is part number 3, I think. Not sure, kind of lost track. Doesn't matter, does it? Well, in the past week or so, I have got a fair amount of work done on it, so we will have a look at that shortly. I've also done quite a bit of work on the Eshi F-16. Those of you that have suffered through my painting and weathering video may remember it from there, where I made a good start on it. So we'll just have a very quick look at that, shall we? It's right over here. There it is there. So I finally got off my butt and made the nose probe for it there, and I've got the little stripy decal on that, and I've also painted the radome, got a few more stencils on it. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. Now I have to say, really impressed with the Astro decals that I've used on here, especially this stripy one on the nose probe, the way it wrapped around and conformed and lined up perfectly. So yeah, really happy with how this is coming along. Hoping to have this done very soon. And there is on the members only page a video about the Eshi F-16 in general and why I like it, why I think it's a spiffy little kit that we should all have a go at. Unless, of course, you don't like F-16s, and then you probably won't want to bother. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, do consider becoming a member. There's 3 different levels. Just hit that join button you'll see on each and every page, and have a look at that. There's 3 different levels. Did I say that? I'm not sure. Anyway, there are 3 different levels, and there's quite a few perks on there. There's member-only videos and other perks, discounts from Thunderbird models, and there will be exclusive member-only products from Thunderbird models on there very soon. So have a look at that. And while you're in the mood for clicking and pressing buttons and things, as we do on the internet, have a look at the store where you can get cool things like this shirt. You can be darn smart. And there's other things on there as well. There's mugs and bags and lions and bears and tigers. Oh my. Maybe not those 3. But there's, shirts and clothes and things. So, yeah. Have a look at that. Cool stuff. You'll like it. Right. So, we'll carry on. I just have to quickly say as well that I am still being plagued by this virus or whatever the hell it is. Maybe plagued is the wrong word to use. I'm hoping it's not that serious. But anyway, it's hanging on in the form of a persistent cough that I just can't get rid of. So, I'm hoping I can get through this video without hacking up a lung because, well, let's face it, nobody wants to see that, least of all me, because I kind of need my lungs, or so I'm told anyway. But there's a few people in this neck of the woods that have got whatever this damn virus thing is, so I guess we all just have to sort of sit back and wait for it to run its course, as you do. Anyway, so the Hasegawa 1/32 scale P-12E. Let's have a look at where we're at with that, shall we? So, this is what I've got here. Now, problem I have with detailing cockpits is I just never know when to stop because I'm always seeing something else that, oh, I can just get that in there. Or, oh, let's just put this in here. And next thing you know, you're spending days and days and days at this. But at some point, you just got to go, okay, I think I'm done. It's time to get this puppy put together. So, here's what we got here. I got my scratch-built instrument panel in there. Get that a little bit in focus here. And got the ammo bin. Now, a lot of this, as I mentioned before, is kind of educated guesswork because I couldn't find a lot of really good pictures of this, especially this little panel right here. And there, that's kind of a guess on my part based on a very poor picture, which is the only one I could find. So that's what we're up to. Pretty much everything is scratch built in here. And I even managed to get the fuel filler gauge. I don't know if we can see that, but that's made out of clear stretch sprue. And machine guns are from the kit with a little bit of added detail in there. I've cut the barrels off because I'm going to add them after final assembly because that's going to be a lot easier to do. And those are painted with Humbrol gunmetal metal coat, which is my favorite gunmetal paint. So that's the right hand side there, and then we've got the left hand side there, and again pretty much everything is scratch built. The throttle handles are made from bits of the photo etch fret from the seat belts, the Model Technology seat belts. Everything else is pretty much scratch built in there. I might add that this, I don't know if you can really see this, but there's some braided cable right there. And that is actually pike leader wire. And it actually is braided. It's stainless steel cabling. And it looks pretty good. And I think when I do a German World War I aircraft in future, I'm going to try using this to rig it. Just see how that looks. But yeah, so there we go. And there's the floor right there. And yeah, the photo etch seat belts, the black grips on the rudder pedals. I just did them with black decal strip. The control stick handle is from the kit, suitably modified. The control stick itself is brass tubing. And then I've added the gun control cables from fine plastic rod. So there we go. We are ready to put this puppy together. Alrighty, so I've got this all glued up, clamped. This is set overnight. It's nice and solid. Happy with that. So I've used well, pretty much everything you can use to hold things together. Clamp, rubber bands, tape, clothes peg, the works. But hey, whatever works, right? So we'll just have a look, see how this turned out. I've let this dry overnight, so it's nice and solid. These clamps, by the way, are just awesome for modeling. I've got quite a few of these. Bought these at the hardware store where I do my day job, that we love so much. Of course I do. Yes. Anyway, yeah, great for modeling. Very, very useful. Clothes pegs, of course, always useful. Rubber bands, well, you just can't get enough of these things because they're cheap and they work. There we go. Get that up there. All right. Yep. Happy with that. That's looking good. Now, I've also on here, you may remember from, I think it was part 1, I mentioned about the vector resin engine that I'm using, and that requires 1mm cut off the front of the fuselage. And to do that, that's for this piece here, which is basically the back of the engine. That'll go in there once I've cut that section off. And so what I've done is I've scribed a line as a guide for cutting 1mm all the way around the front. And to do that, I used my handy dandy tool that I made. 2 pieces of wood laminated together with a sewing needle stuck in there, the end. And so basically you can use that as for scribing lines around, say, wing leading edges or leading edges of tailplanes or stuff like that, and things like this. It works really well. You just basically use that as a guide, zip that over, and that gives you a perfectly done 1mm scribe line to use as a cutting guide. So have a look at my short video, my one and only short that I've done. It's 5 modeling tips in 55 seconds, where I do mention this handy dandy little device. And you can just basically adjust it too by adding or removing little bits of plastic in there. So you can adjust the size of the scribed line, basically. Yes, that's it. That's very, very handy. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too when I was showing you the interior, the paint I used is 2 parts extra color high speed silver and 1 part Tester's Model Master chrome silver. And that gave me the basic silver color that I was after. And I've also done the this part here. That's painted silver, and you'll see there's 1 structural member in there as well, which is actually visible through the cockpit. So I've added that. So that's where we're up to with the P-12E. Oh, there's one other thing that I have done, and that is, you also may remember from previous episode, can't remember which one, but I did mention that the fit of the lower wings was quite loose on the fuselage, so I beefed that out with some strips of styrene plastic in there. So I now have a very good tight join on there. So that's where we're up to with the Hasegawa P-12E. Now, in the next video, I'm actually going to start painting on that. Now, one thing that is going to be troublesome on this is filling the seams. And unfortunately, they are pretty tight. There isn't a lot of filling that I'm going to need to do there. Nonetheless, to eradicate that joint, it's going to be a little tricky without removing the rivet detail that I want to keep in the back. And that's where good old Mr. Surfacer will come in handy, because as I mentioned in another previous video, I can't remember which one, might have been the painting and weathering one. But yeah, a handy feature of Mr. Surfacer is once freshly applied, and you've let it dry for a minute or two, you can rub away the excess with IPA or isopropyl alcohol, and that allows you to keep the Mr. Surfacer in the join and remove it from around the surfaces so you don't destroy the rivet detail. So very handy stuff. That's what I'm going to use on this, and yeah, we will carry on from here. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything where I'm up to. Yeah, that's about it. So, as always, thanks so much for watching. As I speak, I am very, very close to the 2,000 subscriber limit, or not limit, but level. 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, very, very close. I think I'm like 35 away or something like that. So I really, really do appreciate everyone that's been watching and that's subscribed. Yeah, very happy with the way things are going. If I can just get rid of this damn virus thing, and all's good. So thank you again for watching, and remember to comment and like and share and subscribe and join and dance and sing and laugh and eat barbecued pork. Unless you're a vegetarian, then you probably won't want to do that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.